also, let me hold up. Wait. Okay, tall people problems. Okay. You can probably just go ahead to the first slide, I guess. Hi, I'm Sara. You may know me from Pensacola Urban Sketchers, from First City, or even just that weirdo with the sketchbook. What you probably don't know me for, and what I'm speaking about tonight with y'all in relation to the intimate proximity theme, is that I'm a female artist with autism. All three of those words significant for various reasons. Behind me, articles from mainstream news highlight stereotype images of autistic people: uncreative, cold, emotionless, male-minded, or at worst, dangerous. In my life, I've been told all of these things. I've been told worse, and I can't say how wrong it is and how this stereotype needs to stop. Growing up, I was interested in color, in pattern, in organization. Nothing was just an object or a place. It was an experience. However, these experiences were too much. I often struggled with people, with sensory overload. I was told to focus on school, because you're going to have a really hard time with friends and with connecting people to people in general. I was later told, you know, you're good at art, Sara. Why don't you focus on that? Girls your age, they're going to date. They're going to have boyfriends. You're not going to understand that. You don't understand love. And relationships are going to be almost impossible for you as an autistic person. And my art reflected this. It seemed like no matter how much I liked a guy or how much I tried, I couldn't connect. There was an emptiness. And the images here, the factory, the everything, the emptiness, and expressed and suppressed, you see the aspects of the self, the division of that, and just the distance I had with people I tried to connect with. And with guys, no matter how much I cared, I just couldn't in that sense. Plot twist, I was gay. Finally in college, I explored this. To feel something. Long hair swirled around the sensation of touch, affection, adoration, hurt, and the explosion of feelings that I never experienced. They were wrong. It meant so much to know this. It feels like a roar of welcome home, and thank goodness they were wrong. In this image, Mana no Awari, the beauty and the temporary, the ephemeral. Like cycles of nature, some things don't last, but just because they don't last doesn't make them any less beautiful or less meaningful. Have to appreciate it for the time that it is. Looking into my art dealing with people, you often hear, oh, Sara, your art looks cluttered. My art appears like this so because of just how much sensory overload I have in dealing with people. It's so much and so much to deal with. So my processing for people, I'd oftentimes have these images that reflect such. Also in terms of color. I sketch out colorful scenes, my sketchbook doodles, to try and get out the ideas of how much I'm feeling and how much everything is just too much sometimes. It's too much for me to process. And this isn't only with people and with experiences with people or how I connect. It also exists within objects as well. Buzzing, crawling, flashing, an expression of the feeling I have under fluorescent lights. Imagine being constantly aware of the sound and the feeling of just something as simple as a fluorescent light. I notice the flashing constantly, I hear the sound of it constantly. It makes me extremely uncomfortable for just one little detail. That's why I'm all like LEDs all the way, but it's just another expression. It also relates to my current Urban Sketchers project. Urban Sketchers is an organization that focuses on capturing city-specific places and their experience. I wanted to start one up for Pensacola because we have a lot of beautiful places and a lot of beautiful themes here, and I wanted to share that with everyone, because a place is never just a place. At Graffiti Bridge, my friend Alina walked me over the train tracks. We talked about life, adventure, every conversation, every memory, every step on the stone, and the things we talked about, it all went and colored my sketches that day, as I'm sure it did for many of us out there. And that experience was really special. Here's the train, and then I also have like from the bridge itself. I used to go out to the pier when I'd start really overloading, down the Palafox Pier here. I used to say, my head feels like a dishwasher, because I honestly have no other way to describe it. I don't know how to describe it, much things at all. But every soothing walk I took there went into my sketches. I drew like over with the people by the bay, and I drew some of the buildings as well. At Bayview Park, I used to walk my dogs there. I had trips there. I celebrated the end of my high school with the IB program, and also the end of my college with my exit show. I drew there in finality, in closing, and in a celebration of something new. Here's just a drawing of actually like the building, whether it's like over by where there's the dog park as well. But no matter the location, I had 100 stories, and I'm sure many others did as well. with Urban Sketchers, I wanted to get some artists together to express these, to just share experiences, to share their work, to share just what the place meant to them, and just areas of Pensacola that are beautiful in what they are. Because a place is never just a place. If you've ever sat next to me for more than 2 minutes at a show here, I'll probably play with my bracelet, annoyingly play with your hand, or grab my sketchbook out. Because I stim to ground myself when sound is too much, when people are too much, and when everything overwhelms me. But I love music. I love people, and I've drawn it so many times. If you've ever traveled with me, you'll know how I take in every experience, every color, and everything I do, one drawing at a time. Every place I've been to means a lot. And for example, here in New Orleans, we had an awesome trip. It was super cool. But yeah, everything is very overwhelming. Connecting with people is very hard for me. The experience is what defines my world, what defines my art, and what makes everything special to me. And that's what I try and express in everything I do. That's what defines me, I believe. In every cluster mess of color, every face I draw, I'm telling a story of too much, of just enough, and of the things I love that overwhelm me, whether it's through my friends, through the things that I do, through the events that I go to. It's what means the world to me. And all in all, screw the idea of the uncreative, unfeeling autistic. I have a lot of life, a lot of love, and a lot of art to share. So many people, so many experiences, and so many of my friends here that mean the world to me. And you know what? Peace among worlds to anybody who says that you can't.